I think we're actually going to see the exact same team comp from Right to Battle and a fairly standard team comp from the other team, Jumong, Shifu, and Pearl. This is exactly what I was talking about with Shifu and Jumong being that ridiculously bursty team comp. Um, I like this team comp, especially. I think as far as team comp goes, I feel that Battlewrong has the advantage because uh, Paloma can't really deal with pressure too much once her cooldowns are down. She has like essentially two ways to get out of something, and once that's done, she can't self-sustain. She can't self-shield. There's nothing she can do besides like get out of the situation. But once those defensives are down, she's a sitting duck. And if you have a Jumong and a Shifu on top of her for that with a silence, it can get very, very bad very, very quickly. And of course, this team comp is really, really good at just sitting in the back because Jumong having the highest damage and highest range auto attack in the game can just do a number in this poke meta.
Well, you do see, as we were talking about earlier, both these team comps fall into the same formula. Shifu or Rukon, aggressive melee DPS, you have the support coming out from Pearl or Paloma, and then you have the range DPS coming out from Ashka or Jumong. Both these teams are basically rudimentary mirror matchups, and it comes down to minor differences between the characters and how you use that tandem tag team, regardless of its construction.
Yeah, and right now, Red Team has all of the orb control in the world, going to give them quite the advantage. And you can see them now trying to get a little bit more aggressive onto Pearl. That's going to be a big ult landing on Paloma, not Pearl. But Red Team can have to stay back and heal just a little bit. Jumong taking quite a bit of damage. But now this is where you're going to start seeing Shifu start capitalizing on these defensive flubs, so to speak. And once again, Red Team getting that orb control and it's going to give them all the advantage they need.
A lot of damage coming out from Screwface. JD managing to land it in return. There's the Infernal Scorch ready at any given moment from Screwface, but he needs to consider how he uses it because that opposing Jumong is so very low on HP. There's the Whirlwind. Other side will eat most of it, and some nice heals out of Pharaohs keep his very, very low HP Archer friend alive. Now, though, he's under threat because his ultimate does come through. That will be the Ancestral Spirit in the center, but it's no. Great timing. Will come through just as the Jumong falls. There it is. The Ashka spat out, and even though his ultimate's ready, even though he has other side currently, there's no way that lasts long enough.
Now they are going to have to find something out of this hat that even percents more or less. If they can close out this Ashka, there's possibly something they can do, but he is sitting on a full ult charge, and there it is, going to hit both of them. The huge ult going to take out a lot of HP. Pearl, very, very low, not going to be much they can do against that Sinister Strike, and Shifu going to fall just at the end there, and right to battle, closing out that first round.
Very, very dominant fashion, I would say, and to me, that came down to healers. Pharaohs versus Phantom. And Phantom Trickster, you could see he was constantly providing chip healing, and one of the ways you can notice that is if you just look at the player's health bars. And if the player's health bars are always full, if they don't have any temporary HP at any given point, normally you have the 40 HP buffer between where your actual HP is at and what you can heal to. If that's always full, that's a sign your healer is providing constant chip healing, constantly healing. Pharos wasn't doing that.
Right, and it could be attributed to a little bit over-aggression coming from Red Team, right, Battlewrong, I should say, because we did see Nara Kaiden kind of go in a little bit too much. We saw her, or him or her, over-committing, and when you're too far away from your healer, there's not much that they can do to get you healed up, especially if you're way out of range. But now we're going to see the orb control come out, I believe, from Right to Battle got that. So going to give him a slight energy advantage as JD is kind of sitting in the back line, trying to find some damage onto Paloma. Not finding much, but a huge combo onto Pharaohs. That stun going to keep him locked into damage, but an immediate reversal onto Paloma to close out that life very quickly, and Shifu's Whirlwind going to close up what was left of Rukon. A very responsive and respectable oh wait, no, hold on. Red Team's dying too. So this is not
still
winnable. Yet.
There's the ultimate, the Infernal Scorch going through. Screwface could very much still walk away from this. JD has his ultimate of the Whirlwind, will be mostly missed. Screwface able to fly away from that with a great timing, but he's still going to land this Flame Strike, and he's not able to do so. The stun doesn't come through. JD with an excellent use of Fleetfoot to dodge that and guarantee the round. There it is, tied up now. Battlewrong answering right back.
Yes, indeed. Battlewrong did a phenomenal job. That's the kind of rounds you expect to see If they're going to win, that's kind of what you expect. It's this huge burst onto one character. In this case, it was Paloma. And it's stuff like that is really what's going to be so important for their survival in this tournament. They need to find those opportunities to close out Paloma as fast as they can, because as I said earlier, there's not much she can do once you're on top of her, and she has no more defensive cooldowns to be used. So we're going to see them look for those opportunities. JD kind of now jumping onto the back line, trying to create pressure onto Ashka, but Ashka, being the slippery ADC he is, going to get right out of that.
Pharos needs to find a way to chip right back in. Oh, nice splash. Silence does mean that JD can get a free bit of chip damage onto his relatively useless opposition for the time being. The panic does land followed by a root that could be significant damage, and indeed you got to look at this Jumong Nerakaiden taking significant damage. There's the Whirlwind ultimate in the front lines though. Absolute destruction coming out on the evildoer, and he does indeed fool JD though. He's not done yet. He's still committing Phantom Trickster. He's next on the chopping block. The other side will only keep him safe for a certain period of time. He will go ahead and pop his ultimate. A bit of an odd choice, providing this self-healing and maybe a little bit of space, but that's not enough to win the round on.
Yes, but the Dragon Slayer from across the map, Nara, gonna read that jump. And that is a beautiful capitalization that came out from Battlewrong once again. They saw that Rukon had no more escape, so they just decided to pull the trigger on the Whirlwind and got, I believe, every single tick of that Whirlwind onto Rukon. That is, I believe, 120, if not 110 damage that was immediately applied to Evildoer. So beautiful stuff from JD with that awareness, knowing that a Sinister Strike and Teleport was on cooldown. So he capitalized on that very quickly. So beautiful, beautiful stuff.
That round entirely came down to JD's Whirlwind ultimate. Nothing about that round is possible without the Whirlwind ultimate. That is, in essence, the round right there. When you can just get so much damage for free, when you can guarantee a kill for free, you've won the round already.
Yeah, even if they didn't get the kill there, that was at least 80 HP that is no longer recoverable, so it would have put them very far in the lead. And immediately, right off the bat, knowing that Paloma has no more escapes, they put on a ton of pressure. She was able to get the panic off in time. The spell block did yield a fear, but they're still going on to aggressive as possible. There's the Black Arrow going to close it out, and now they're going to quickly move on to Rukon and Ashka to close out a third round. This is the response I expected to see from Battlewrong, and this is the kind of comp you expect to see.
Evildoer, he's gone. Screwface, the follow-through is good, and that's it. 3 rounds in a row, very swiftly picked up by Battlewrong, as they put their foot down and say, no thank you. We'll take this round, that round, and maybe this one too. They're at a buffet.
Yeah, they're a buffet of rounds. They're just kind of picking and choosing what they want. And in this case, they want these rounds. They want those big red bubbles at the top of the screen. And they want to advance on to semifinals.
Buddha, they want all the rounds. They're Batman. They're eating all of it.
Oh, man, you gotta leave some rounds for the other kids, man. But it doesn't look like they're gonna want to do that of Rukon. That M2 just is so scary and so much damage.
Will be Rukon now isolated though, as the incapacitate from the tendon slash does rain through. There's the arrow rain follow up. It's good. JD is being supported excellently, and the double tendon slash. That's a great opportunity. Evildoer is so very low, but his HP pales in comparison to Phantom Trickster, who's surviving with literally 52 points of HP. Now 2 members of his side on double digits as Phantom falls to 36, and Evildoer is still hanging around that 90-98 range. Evildoer should be falling in that HP, as you do see a very aggressive Jumong continuing to pressure him.
Yes, but Shifu now kind of in the back line. Jumong taking his piece of the cake, trying to find something to Paloma, using that Battlerite to switch positions. But as I'm talking, Evildoer falling from right to battle. This is not looking good for blue team. They switch the pressure immediately over to Evildoer, and now right back to Paloma. That was a beautiful play by Battlewrong. They knew that Paloma was really low, but they decided not to chase. Instead, they wanted to take out Rukon, as he was the most vulnerable at the time. So, love that they did not blow all of their resources wasting on Paloma. Instead, they just switched targets, took out someone else, and then immediately went right back onto Paloma.
Bruda, it's insane.
Oh, yeah.
They're just going. They put their pedal to the metal, and they are just accelerating. And this is the very exciting thing about watching a Shifu play in an environment where he's supported. He just commits. He's like a dog. He bites in and he does not let go. And that is what JD is doing right now on this Shifu. And right now it's on the Evildoer as he just crumbles. Sure, you've got a rethink scythe, but who cares when you've got a Bubble Shield? You've got the heals coming in from Pharaohs, and that means I can commit. I know I will out DPS this, and there's the Whirlwind follow-up, mostly wasted, but still significant damage. And as long as this game can continue, it's all good. Pharaohs is in a spot of danger though, and the panic does drive him out. There's the follow-through Shadow Bolt. It's good, and now right into an Ancestral Spirit. He has no escapes. That could have been awful, Ruda.
Yes, and now Evildoer trying to find some damage onto the Jumong. Jumong not going to bite, but a big counter coming from JD. An unfortunate hit on that Shadow Bolt. Going to get all this free damage. Reaping Scythe's going to kind of relieve this melee pressure. Another one going to blow a lot of his energy. Shifu looking very low. The Dragon Slayer has been wind up. It did find Paloma. Paloma now looking very, very bad. Had to use that Phantasm. Got out of there, but another Whirlwind going to come out and finish off Rukon. Beautiful stuff by JD once again. This is looking like curtains for Right to Battle unless Phantom Trickster can pull something out of his hat, and Screwface looks like that's what he wants to do, looking kind of now to this Shifu as a target, but he is silenced now, unable to do anything.
This is it. This is an ultimate for the tournament. If they don't manage to land at least most of a kill with this ultimate out of Screwface, they're going to be in very dire straits indeed. What they also need is they need an instant other side at the end of the ultimate, because you have to consider what's available on the other side. If they don't land this other side instantly, it could be bad, and there is one kill flying through. Sure, Shifu's down. You need to worry about your Paloma, however. And indeed, he's so very low on HP, and he's got no Screwface. He can pick up a second ulti, and he will do so immediately right now. Pharaohs is going to fall away, but his focus has to be on Nirakaiden. There he is opting for the Flame Wall so he can hammer in damage through it. And I do believe that's the right call, but it's not enough, and it will be Battlewrong driving it all the way to the end. 5-1 after losing the first round. They just dominated.
Yeah, they realized exactly what their mistake was from round one, and they definitely did not make that mistake once again. After that, they realized that Paloma is just such an easy target. They jumped onto her as quickly as they possibly could and applied all of that ridiculous amount of pressure that they're able to with this Shifu Jumong team, which is funny because I was talking about that exact comp before the match started. I was saying how terrifying and the crazy amount of burst that can come out within a very, very short period of time. And that is what we saw time and time again with this ridiculous Shifu Jumong or Shumong or Shimong, whatever ship name you want to make for these two. But that was definitely the reason they won, was because of that extraordinary amount of burst they brought out.
I like Shumong. Of course, this is the semi-finals, which, unless I'm incorrect, which I don't believe I am, I'm rarely incorrect. That means that we do have a best of 3 underway.
Yes, you are correct. So congratulations on that one. This is a best of 3. So Battlewrong going to take game number 1, and Right to Battle still in the tournament. So if you are a Right to Battle fan, or you know, a few friends or family, maybe your dog is a part of Right to Battle, you can still root them on, because they're now going to get into a game number 2. And possibly the map is what was going wrong here, and maybe a change in map, change in perspective, or something they talked about. Maybe they had a really nice cup of tea before games. Something might have changed. We might see a crazy.
Can I go grab a cup of tea?
Oh, that sounds.
Stop and.
Please do.
Can we do that? Can I?
I mean.
No, I can't do that.
Good question.
Chris, can I get a cup of tea? I can? Alright, peace. Alright, we are right back into the tournament. The Battlerite Community Series qualifier number 6 is continuing right here on twitch.tv/Battlerite Esports. My name, hopefully, is still TJ. I have a cup of tea now, Ruda.
Oh, cup of tea. See, I, my friend, do not have a cup of tea, as I am
it's good.
as American as we get. So the only kind of tea I get is ones that is filled with sugar. That's the American way, right? That's
Yeah, no, you take something good and you ruin it with tons of sugar.
yeah,
It is.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or like grease or sugar or fry. Oh my God, just fry everything, man. But it looks like the teams have been solidified. I did not notice any change of team comp whatsoever. No, we did not. So it's going to be identical team comps as last time. And the only thing that might have changed is whether or not one of them got a cup of tea. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. They're Paloma. I just got word. Changed skins. Oh, this is a completely different game.
Sorry, I'm getting word. Hang on. Hang on. It's a little bit garbled. But I do appear to be getting word from the sidelines right now. This Paloma skin is indeed black.
Whoa. That's the color of death.
Yeah,
maybe
no, sorry, I'm getting the rest of the message now. Paloma has actually become a goth. He's going to be synchronizing his play with Rukan for a 5% damage bonus.
Oh, dang. So now she's reverted back to a 13-year-old goth girl. That's awesome. So we're going to see if this little goth girl can get out of the situation immediately off the bat. Shifu trying to find some of the Spirit Wolf. Going to trigger that counter. Unfortunately not going to react fast enough to get that cancel. But red team going to reset back into the middle. Going to get that orb control. And now it's going to play back and reset just a little bit with that energy advantage.
They were needing to fall back here. It will be Phantom Trickster sliding around that corner. The other side keeps him alive for the time being. There it is. Evildoer overcommitting here, maybe onto JD, but JD, he's suffering. Now it all comes down to when is the Whirlwind Pulp, and that counter is the great opportunity to do so, but everybody dodges. JD, he gets nothing out of his ultimate, and now as he falls back with empty hands for his teammates, he's got nothing to show from that expedition, but very, very low HP.
Yeah, that's something that you don't always want to do is blow an entire ult charge onto an Ashka. But that in-cap plus Pearl ult is going to be enough to get, that was whoever chapped in, but the Ashka ult going to be a lot of damage onto Rukan. Rukan now at 9 HP in the back line. Ashka not doing much healthier than that as well. So it looks like Battlewrong is just going to hold this pressure and keep them pushed all the way back. Got the read on the jump and actually got a silence immediately onto Screwface.
Screwface going to play kind of passively here, and this is the right call as the firewall comes out. He's going to try and play through it with his relatively low HP, but you have to worry about Evildoer. Here he is overextended, no self-heal to speak of, and indeed, Pharaohs will nab him. Now it comes down to when do you see all the outs burned, and there it is. Screwface just used his. The other side is also spent, meaning that the second that happens, now all the ultimates can come in, and the Whirling Blade grabs 2. JD with the double kill to seal the first round in favor of Battlewrong.
Once again, we see that Whirlwind makes such a difference. I mean, in this case, they kind of already won, but to close it out with that Whirlwind, knowing when those cooldowns are down, and just blowing through the remaining HP of Paloma, Shifu doing a phenomenal job. But I want to give MVP to actually Pharaohs this time, winning that 1v1 with Screwface over to the side. Evildoer to the side. So either way, going to get into round number 2, Battlewrong. Still with this commanding 6-round streak. It doesn't look like blue team has found much of an answer to this ridiculous burst comp.
Indeed, it will be Pharaohs chipping away at Screwface. There is Screwface diving into the back line and do some chip damage maybe onto JD. JD, though, keeping with his committed Shifu style, and that's what you need, and that's Screwface's end so far, as Screwface finally does get to do a little bit of what Ashka wants to do, maintain decent range, rein in damage, and that guarantees him orb. Now we've got Pharaohs as the victim of the flame strike, forcing out of the dive. Pharaohs will quite happily do that. There's the ultimate, the Whirlwind chewing into the right form. Ultimate in turn, that of course reduces the amount of damage that was taken by Evildoer, and the heals coming in do likewise. Now the ultimate misses from Nirakaiden, and this means the focus on the Pharaohs is significant. It's a 1-on-3, and he isn't enjoying it at all.
Not at all, and he's going to be Evildoer, the first to fall, and now red team Battlewrong going to make quick work of the remaining members of Right to Battle. Got Paloma stuck in the jaws. And JD gonna close it out with an impale. Looks like they're going to just plow right through the remaining rounds here in game number 2, map number 2, I should say. And Battlewrong, of course, winning the first map. They only need to win 3 more rounds in order to not only make it to grand finals, but qualify for the tournament that's going to be happening later on in December with the Battlerite Community Series.
Whale or shark?
I think it's a shark.
I can't cast with you anymore. The whale.
Oh, I mean,
The whale.
the move is called Jaws. When was the last time you saw a whale?
It's a whale.
It's a whale? You know what?
It's clearly a whale. What kind of shark looks like that?
We'll see. Next time it happens, I'll take a deeper look, and I'll use my biology degree to use for once and see if I can classify it. But right off the bat, we see JD going in pretty hard onto Evildoer, getting out of that situation with a little bit of help of other side, and now switching targets quickly onto Narakaiden, the Jumong, and now he actually took quite a bit of damage, now sitting at about 50% HP.
Screwface raining in the damage at range, trying to get some chip damage onto Evildoer. Narakaiden will be sitting further back. There's the ultimate, the Dragon Slayer charge, and it should be unleashed the second he has a solid target. Now there's a Petrify landed onto his healer. He will opt for a long-range shot that hits nothing as he misses the static target of the orb. That's not good at all.
Not indeed. And now with a little bit more than a 20% lead in favor of Battlewrong. This is looking pretty bad for blue team as Jumong's just sitting in the back, throwing out those autos. The steady shot, I'm sorry, not the hunting arrow, of course, doing 16 damage per shot. Now I'm going to claim orb as well. Beautiful dodge on the Spirit Wolf, going to avoid about 50 team damage for Battlewrong. And now they're going to switch targets quickly onto Screwface as Pharaohs and Narakaiden just go in with these auto attacks. Now kind of strapped into the back to JD, kind of in a bad situation, but blue team is playing so defensively that they didn't capitalize on his aloneness.
I love that term, aloneness. I'm pretty sure it's a word. JD will be pulling back. Look at JD here. 1 point of HP, literally. And Pharaohs is showing no sign of healing him. Indeed, he's backing away. Finally, now the bubble shield did come through, saving him. But he's back instantly. 1 HP for JD, 10 on Narakaiden. Both of them are so close to death. And JD, he commits the Infernal Scourge, grabs one. The follow through is good. There's a double kill now. And Pharaohs should be next on the chopping block, and Screwface will be able to secure a solid triple kill with the flame strike rolling through. That was insane.
That was indeed right to battle, breaking that 7-round loss streak that they were just on. So now are we going to see a 7-round win streak for right to battle? Who knows? You guys better stay tuned to find out, because these teams have been not really been going back and forth. So this win for blue team, right to battle, quite the change of pace. So let's see if they can figure out what they did right this round and bring it to fruition once again to see if they can snatch up a few more rounds and maybe even a map.
Screwface throwing a little bit of damage into that bubble, just in the idea it would all release at one time and do significant damage into somebody. It didn't, of course, but you gotta have those little pet theories, those ideas in your mind at some point. Will be the flame strike rolling out. Screwface with the Firestorm bolts at range will continue to chip. There's JD, there's the commit. This is where it can all go so very long. We've seen this so many times before. If JD gets an early lead here, it can go very, very wrong, very, very quickly indeed. And there it is, the whirlwind onto 3 targets. Phantom Trickster so very low. Look at the HP on Screwface too. He will go ahead and unleash the Molten Punch, and the Infernal Scorch is available at any given moment. He won't have the space to spend it just yet though, as the Searing Flame only takes him so far. There it is, the Infernal Scorch flying through, and it does get damage onto 2 opponents, but he's now under fire and separated from the rest of his team. Evildoer likewise on a very low HP situation.
Yes, but once again, JD with that whirlwind found his mark onto Paloma, closed out that remaining HP, and what a trickster using that Nether Void to snap his way out of that situation. But a Javelin going to make quick work of the remaining HP, and Screwface, man, he knows he's done. He's going to take that to the face, that hunting arrow going to be the death of him. And now, Battlewrong going to reverse that situation and be just 2 rounds away from advancing into finals, as well as advancing into our hearts and the heart of the viewers because Pharos, the player, not even the team, the fan team, the team fan, he is the favored player. Don't even worry about the teams. People only care about Pharos here.
He could be playing on the team with you, and people would still like the team.
Yeah, I mean nobody likes me, so that's quite the feat, my friend.
No, completely true. Now, Screwface, slowly falling further and further back. Nice use of Searing Flank to escape what could have been fatal silence. He's going to be able to play out range, providing the necessary support for Phantom Trickster. But what he was doing so well in the one round that they won in both maps was the healing. And Phantom isn't up to this now. He's not providing the healing onto both of his allies, and it's really beginning to cost them.
Yeah, we see him kind of now sitting back into the back line. Phantom Trickster trying to do what he can with Screwface's HP, but big silence coming out. Going to be a lot of damage with combination of the Jumong and the Dragon Slayer. Going to take out quite a big chunk of Screwface's HP. We see JD in the back getting 1v1. No, I apologize. 1v1 instead, using that Whirlwind to take out the remaining HP of Wukong. Of course, the Searing Flight not going to be enough. I'm sorry, Infernal Scourge not going to be enough to take JD out. But it did take a pretty significant damage as we see Battlewrong going to sort of kite back towards mid, regain orb control, and look like they're going to want to advance back onto Ashka.
Now, of course, Ashka still has a chance as that Petrify wears off just in time for the second tick, and a great Molten Punch locks JD into it, but now the Whirlwind Ultimate will fly through. JD with slivers of HP. If Screwface can secure the kill, it could be huge, but he cannot, and it will be Screwface falling, and now Phantom all alone should go down fairly quickly, and indeed he will. It is worth noting, though, that was close.
That was, no, absolutely, the Ashka did a phenomenal job of just trying to keep that Shifu out as long as he possibly can while tacking on damage as well. He almost took out JD. So Screwface, I'm going to give him the almost MVP card of the day.
The almost MVP card? I don't think that's a thing. I don't think they do that.
Wow.
And I don't watch enough sports ball to have a definitive opinion on that, but I'm pretty sure they don't do that.
It's definitely a sports thing. Yeah, I love sports. But a nice drag in from Wukong, almost getting some damage onto Pharos. We see the Sinister Strike going to go all the way through the bubble, but Evildoer didn't find any damage. Instead, was the blood end of everything. It took quite a bit of damage. Now stuck into a root, we see Jumong just hacking on that damage. Now sitting at about 30% HP, trying to do what he can onto JD. But once again, that Whirlwind going to shred through the Dragon Slayer. Is not going to slay any dragons today, but instead is going to find a Rukon, and that is going to be a big
the Infernal Scourge. That Infernal Scourge did significant damage on both Nerakaiden and Pharos. There's the Flame Strike, follow through. Low HP on Nerakaiden, he's almost gone down. You need to worry about this Paloma and Co, though, as it is all down to him, and it's over. And just like that, we're in the final round. It's spent. And Battlewrong, they've punched their ticket. They've staked their claim on the grand finals.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful stuff from Battlewrong. Only dropping 2 rounds of 9 rounds played, I believe. No, sorry. Wow, my math is just phenomenal today. So of 12 rounds played today, they only lost
Chris,
2. Chris,
Chris, I'm spotting that Pharos and Co are in our Discord. Would you be terribly upset if I slid up there and asked if one of them would join us down here? Alright, tell you what, I'll see what I can do. Ruda, in the meantime, please continue. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I might be back with a special guest.
that would be kind of exciting. I don't know how he's going to do